Hello everybody, welcome to Inspiration 44 for December 4th, 2012. I just got off the phone with somebody a little while ago whose son died. He was 46 years old. He was a devout believer, left behind a 13-year-old daughter and a wife and parents who are in their 80s. Anyway, I was talking to the father of this son and about a situation I'm in right now, and he asked me a question. He said, "Can you tell me what Romans 8:28 says?" And I said, "Yes." Romans 8:28 says, "We know that God causes all things to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose." We know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. And his response was, "That's right." And I have to tell you honestly, if some other person had said that to me right now about the situation I'm dealing with, numerous situations actually, I would have looked at them and thought, you know what, why are you being so trite? Why are you taking this classic scripture and misapplying it and telling me this? But because this man lost his son a week ago from cancer and he was only 46 years old, and he's telling me this, he's quoting the scripture to me very calmly and then relating it back to me about his own son. There's more power in that. It made me think about whether or not, if I had the opportunity to sit down and talk to Job and find out what it would have been like to get advice from this man. I mean, this is a guy who lost all of his kids, all of his property, and tons of other things. And he was left behind with a wife who also lost all of her kids, all of her property, and everything. And yet it's interesting because Job went through situations where he had well-meaning friends who said things to him that were not very nice, or they're very, very presumptuous. In fact, Eliphaz accused Job of presuming things. And this is what he said in Job chapter 15. He said, "Should a wise man answer with windy knowledge and fill himself with the east wind? Should he argue with useless talk or with words which are not profitable? Indeed, you do not. You do away with reverence and hinder meditation before God, for your guilt teaches your mouth, and you choose the language of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, and not I, and your own lips testify against you. Were you the first man to be born, or were you brought forth before the hills? Do you hear the secret counsel of God and limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we don't know? What do you understand that we do not? Both the gray-haired and the aged are among us, older than your father. Are the consolations of God too small for you, even the words spoken gently with you? Why does your heart carry you away, and why do your eyes flash, that you should turn your spirit against God and allow such words to go out of your mouth? What is man that he should be pure, or he who is born of woman that he should be righteous? Behold, he puts no trust in his holy ones, and the heavens are not pure in his sight. How much less one who is detestable and corrupt, man who drinks iniquity like water." These are powerful words here, and I'm going to save you my thought on it. But I have to tell you, if you go back and you read through the book of Job and you see how his friends treated him, and then you look at Job's faith, it's pretty amazing. Same thing here. It's kind of what I feel like talking to this man. It's my realtor. It's my realtor who lost his son. I've watched this man for a number of months now as we've worked together on our house. And we're having some issues with the house right now and it closing. And yet this man just lost his son who's 46 years old, and he gives me some sound counsel. It just means more because here's a man who lost his son That's we often hear that a parent should never have to bury their kid. Well, this guy buried his son yesterday. So, I guess my question to you today would be, whose advice do you actually respect? As I shared yesterday in my rant, I have grown weary over my years of life of just listening to anybody, because most people put their foot in their mouth and they like to say things that don't apply anywhere. But there are people that you can respect and that have wisdom, and you can give that place in your life. And who are those people? Why? Who are those people, and why do you allow them to have that place in your life? I guess that's my question. As always, if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at @44inspiration and message me there. I'll follow you back. And I'll talk to you tomorrow right here on Inspiration 44.